The friends looked at Orcus very sadly, and trying to raise the Indian, asked, "Was it tea?" The Indians answered yes. When the pillars had all passed, and their cries could no longer be heard, Mrs. Force turned to Sylvanus and asked him the meaning of the word tea. "A tea," he answered, "is an offering to the gods of the body of a woman whose husband has died. This poor woman will be burned tomorrow morning when the sun rises." "Oh, what evil people!" cried Passepartout. "And that body?" Mr. Fogg asked. "That body is that of her husband," the prince answered Daggerhead. "In most of Indian," explained Sir Francis Cromarty, "this sort of thing has been stopped, but we can do nothing about its Indian winding parts." "The poor girl," cried Passepartout, "to be burned alive." "Yes," said Mr. Francis, "burned alive, and if he were not, you could hardly believe what cruelties she could suffer. They could cut off her hair, they could give her almost nothing to eat. People who treat her worse than a dog. So many of these unfortunate women prefer to be burned than to lead such a terrible life. And there are the sad cross in which the woman offers herself freely. I believe one such case when a young woman asked to be burned with the body of her husband. The governess of course would not allow it, so the woman left the town and went to an area covered by one of the Indian princes, and there she would be able to die in the way she wished." The guide, who had been listening, said, "The woman we saw just now froze in not going to her death because she wants to. She being forced to do so." "She did not seem to be making any effort to escape," said Sir Francis. The Indian answered, "They have made her drink or smoke something that has made her sleepy. She does not know what is happening." "But how do you know," asked Sir Francis, "that she is being forced to go?" "Everybody round here knows the story," answered the man. "She is a girl of great beauty, the daughter of a rich Bombay trader. Her name is Olga. Her father and mother died when she was young, and she was forced to marry some prince. 3 months later she died. Knowing what could happen to her, she escaped, but was soon caught. The brothers of the prince would get the prince's fortune if this girl died, so she has arranged for her to be put to death." "Where are they taking her?" asked Mr. Force. "To the Balaji Temple, 2 miles from here. She will spend the night there waiting for the moment when she is to be burned." Just as they were going to start their journey again, Mr. Fogg turned to Sir Francis and suggested, "Let us save this woman." "Save this woman, Mr. Force," cried Sir Francis. "I'm still 12 hours early," she answered, "and I can give those 12 hours to her." "Mr. Fogg, you have a very kind heart." "Sometime, when I have time," answered Mr. Fogg simply. They decided to go as near to the temple as possible, and half an hour later they came to a stop amongst the thick trees. There they talked about the best plan for saving the girl. The Indian knew this temple and said that the girl was inside it. Could it be possible to go in and take her away while the pillars were asleep? Would it be possible to make a hole in the wall? Such a thing cannot be decided till the right moment, but there was no doubt in their mind that if he could be saved, she must be carried off during the night, and not at the moment when she was being taken to the place of her death, for then no man could save her. Mr. Fogg and his companion waited for night to fall. When The Indian must have been drinking or smoking something that has put them into a deep sleep, so it could perhaps be possible to enter the temple without being noticed. The guide ran first, and the other followed, but long they came to the end of the stream, and there they saw in front of them a piece of wood which had been burned up by the Indians. On the piece of wood lay the body of the prince, which was to be burned at the same time as the girl whom they were trying to save. A few hundred feet on the other side of this was the temple. "Follow me," said the guide in a low voice. Soon they came to a place where the ground was covered with sleeping Indians, but to their disappointment they also saw men who were not asleep and who were on guard, walking up and down in front of the doors of the temple. The travelers supposed that this must be men on guard inside too. The Indian went no further. He saw the impossibility of getting into the temple through its entrance, and he swam back to his companion. Philip I and Sir Francis Colemanches understood as well as he did that nothing could be done from that direction, and they walked over the matter in slower voices. "Let us wait," said Sir Francis. "It is only 8 o'clock, and perhaps this man will go to sleep till later." "Perhaps they will," said Papazo. So Philip I and his companions lay down at the foot of a tree and waited. Time seemed to pass very slowly. The Indian left them now and again to see what was happening. At midnight, the priests were still on guard. It was clear that they did not intend to sleep. There was only one thing to be done, and that was to make a hole in the wall of the temple. But the question was, would the man inside the temple be watching the girl as carefully as those outside? After one final decision, the Indian said that he was ready to start. The other followed him. Half an hour later, they reached the back of the temple without having met anyone. There were no one on guard on that side, where there were neither doors nor windows. It was dark night. The moon was low down in the sky, and somewhat covered with clouds. The thick sheen makes it even darker. But it was one thing to get to the wall of the temple, and another to get inside it. To do this, Phileas Ford and his companion had nothing escaped their podcast knives. Fortunately, the walls were made of wood. They went to work, making a little noise as possible. The Indian and possible make an opening. Suddenly, they heard a cry from inside the temple, and at the same time another cry could be heard from outside. The workers stopped. What happened? Had their work been noticed? They went back to their hiding place among the trees and waited. Some time passed. Then they saw that men were now gathering the back of the temple in which the young girls were sleeping.